very detailed video. So please sit in a quiet location and make sure you watch the video till the end, because I'm going to talk about a lot of things that you are going to understand. And you should always note, if you are going to be studying in the English section or in the French section or in the Dutch section, and equally for international students that are going to be studying in these areas or these various sections, understand that there are jobs, there are part-time jobs for international students. But remember that what you are going to get from your home country is a study visa. Then you need to apply for a study permit. All right, so that is something you should know. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video I'm going to be talking about studies in Belgium. And if you are an international student and you have been thinking of studying in Belgium, everything that concerns Belgium, you have been thinking on how to look for universities, you have been thinking of what type of universities to check in Belgium and study in, you have been checking or thinking of if they require English proficiency, then this is a video for you to watch till the very end, because in this particular video I'm going to talk about a lot of things that you would understand and make your study to Belgium very easily. Then again, if you have been thinking if you are going to work in Belgium, what are the documents you are going to use to apply for admissions, and which documents are you going to be using to apply for visa application, then this is a video you should keep watching till the end. Now, my name is Milton Fonkwa. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe below. All right, the subscribe button is found somewhere here. Please click that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that when I post the next one, you would be the first to watch. Now, as an international student who has a plan or who has been looking for opportunities to study in Belgium, this is going to be a very detailed video. So please sit in a quiet location and make sure you watch the video till the end, because I'm going to talk about a lot of things that you are going to understand. Okay, if you have been thinking of where you are going to study in Europe, and maybe you have been thinking if Belgium is the best and how you can go about the application, then I want to tell you that the very first thing you need to start with is Google. Google should be your main friend, and what you go to Google to do is you don't just go to Google and you click everything. When you go to Google, what you are assuming, or let's assume that you are looking for a school in Belgium that you can study economics, finance, you just need to go to Belgium or to Google, not to Belgium now, but to Google, and type list of universities in Belgium that offer accounting programs. Or you go to Google and type accounting in Belgium. Or you equally type universities in Belgium with accounting programs, or study accounting in Belgium. These are the type of keywords you should be putting on Google, and before you know, a list of universities will drop down. But I would prefer you use universities that offer accounting programs in Belgium. Remember, you are going to find various websites that will drop down for you to verify, but not all these websites belongs to universities. So what you are looking for first of all is to locate a website or to check all the universities that offer accounting programs. Then you pick those universities one after the other and put them on a different search engine on Google. Then, for example, if you type list of universities in Belgium that offer accounting programs, let's assume that you find the University of Hasselt, you find Ghent University, maybe you check VG University, this is a school in Belgium. Maybe you equally check and you saw maybe KU Leuven University in Belgium. There are a lot of Catholic University of Leuven. There are a lot of them in Belgium. All right, when you do the search, the list will now drop down. Then you take them one after the other. For example, Ghent University, Hasselt University, Catholic University. When you type these universities separately, take them one after the other. You put on Google, you add by the site admissions. When you add admissions at the site, you are going to find a list of other things opening. You are going to find the universities opening with all the details that you need. That is how you start your application search for Belgium. But another thing is, you may be checking these universities without knowing what's up. All right, that is to say, you may be applying for a university that you are not supposed to apply for the university. So my advice is, before you go to do the application, make sure you can do it. Otherwise, consult the services of an individual who is talented. I am not saying that you should go and meet people that will eat your money and not do the work, all right? So that is something you should do. A lot of things happens when it comes to admissions. I just spoke to a friend, all right? I'm working on his admissions, but the school has just put him on waiting list for Canada. So that is when now he now told me that before he came to me, he had done 3 applications and all got rejected. But however, we are going to figure a way and do something for his situation. So guys, this is how you start the application process for Belgium. Like I told you, I'm going to explain up till the point where you are going to grab your visa for Belgium, okay? Now, when you have checked the universities, or let's say if you finally check them and you find the program accounting and management in a particular university, you now need to start checking which are the programs offered. For example, if you already know your program, it is accounting, then that is fine. It means that you are already looking at the program and the future ambitions and your future ambitions and the future, your future and what you are going to be doing ahead. All right, you must always plan with looking at your future, because if you do not plan, taking your future into consideration is going to be detrimental to you. Now, after checking that, you need to now start checking the requirements for the program. The very first requirements you need to start with is the application documents you need in order to submit for the program. All right, I will give you a general list, or just a list, a rundown on which documents you need to apply for admissions in Belgium, general documents. All right, but note that some programs may have different requirements that you need. After you are checking them, you are checking admission requirements as well. Remember, for language requirements, you will need IELTS score. You will need the TOEFL score in order to study in Belgium. It is very important for you to note this. When you finish with that, you check application deadlines. All right, when you are checking application deadlines now to know when to apply. A few weeks back, someone told me that the Belgian embassy delayed to legalize his document and his admissions is closed. That you cannot start application process 2 weeks to expiring date of the school you want to apply to. All right, this is something we should all know and be conscious. So what I'm saying is start the process early so that you do your legalization if it is needed very early. You check the dates and you have seen the dates. That is when now you equally need to check English proficiency if you have not checked before. After English proficiency, you now need to do the application, because you are doing the application because you have already checked everything. Remember, there is going to be an application fee depending on the school in Belgium you are selecting. After you apply, there is going to be a feedback, and of course, after the feedback, you can now begin your visa application if you are selected. Remember that some programs will take long to reply, so only wait from the university till you get the final decision from them. Maybe you have been rejected or accepted. It is very, very important. Again, the list of documents that you need in order to apply to most Belgian universities. At least 90% of Belgian universities, you will need your international passport to apply for program. Remember, I have always said that the passport is very, very important. If you are applying to programs abroad, not just Belgium, but abroad, you need an international passport. No admissions team, because even when you are filling the application form, you will always find on it, do you have a passport? If yes, indicate. If yes, put the passport number. All right, so you need to follow all these procedures and make sure they are correct. You need another document called the reference letters, especially when you are applying for scholarships abroad. You will always need reference letters. It doesn't matter if you are not applying for scholarship in Belgium, but like I told you, most schools abroad, especially in graduate schools in US and Canada, you need a very strong motivation letter or statement of purpose. Okay, then a part of that, you equally need reference letters. So it is very good for you to follow this and equally know that everything is possible. Now, the other document you need is a motivation letter. The motivation letter is going to help you a lot. All right, how is the motivation letter going to help you? The motivation letter is going to show your university that you are actually qualified for the program, you meet the standard. This is what is motivating you to apply to their school. So in this case, it is going to help a lot. The motivation letter helps a lot. Then you need recommendation letters. I already talked about that, and of course I talked about the passport too. You equally need your high school certificates, which are your WAEC certificate. You need them as well, which are your WAEC certificate, your NECO or your NAPTEC if you are a Nigerian, or your WESI, all right, or O levels, advanced level, baccalaureate. These are high school qualifications. You need those documents as well. You equally need your BSc certificate attached to the O levels and advanced level, or to your bachelor's degree if you are going for master's program. You equally need your master's degree if you are going for PhD programs. So these are some of the things that you need to know. English proficiency may equally come into play here. All right, without the English proficiency, you may not be able to study in Europe. All right, every university is insisting on the fact that international students must have an English proficiency. Then, of course, do not forget that there is an application fee she has to pay, and of course, the application fee is non-refundable. In case you are going to be using the application fee, or let's say if you want to use the application fee method to migrate abroad, then you should know that it's non-refundable. It doesn't matter who it is going to. All is that is non-refundable. There is nothing to discuss about that. All right, every university has this rule in place. Then English proficiency, I already talked about the English proficiency. Know that you are so blessed, and of course, you need to know what are the latest visa requirements, how are the working opportunities there like, and so many other things. For working opportunities in Belgium, I already explained to you that if you want to work in Belgium, you must be able to work hard, take care of yourself. So these are some of the documents that you need in order to apply for a study visa to Belgium. Remember, working in Belgium, you are going to earn at least 10 to 15 euros depending on the type of job you do anyways, but don't rely only on jobs, because there are some months that you will be more focused in school. Now guys, after getting the admissions into a Belgian university, the next thing you need to apply for is the visa. But remember that for you to apply for the visa, you need some documents, and there are some things you need to do. First of all, let me talk about the things you need to do before your visa application. You need to get your original documents. All right, first you need to get your original documents in one file. Then you do two files of photocopy. That's, take your original documents, you put them in one file. Then you do a set of photocopy and put in one file. Do another set of photocopy and put in another file. That's, you have two files of photocopy and one file of originals before you go to the embassy or the TLS contact. I'm going to explain further. Now, then the other thing you need to do is you have to do authentication. Remember authentication at the level of the Belgian embassy, because you are going to be applying for the Belgian visa. So your documents, before they go to the embassy, you need to legalize the documents. First, you need to authenticate them, then legalize them. How do you do the authentication? First, if you had not done the legalization before, because there are some schools in Belgium, for you to apply to them, they are going to tell you to go and do legalization before you come and apply. Example is Ghent University. However, if you apply to a university that didn't ask you this, then this time around you need to legalize the documents. First, you start, if you are Nigerian, you start from the Ministry of Education, then you carry the documents to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before you take them to TLS contact. All right, there are fees associated with that, so you have to know how much you are going to spend there. You can ask them, they are going to tell you. There is a website for TLS contact, you have to create an account there, or if you know their head office, you go there yourself. Cameroonians, if you are a graduate from the University of Boya, you have to legalize, or let me say certify your documents at the level of the university. Then you carry them to the governor's office in Bonanjo or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Yaoundé. Then you do the authentication and legalization at the level of the Foreign Affairs before you bring them to TLS contact and give TLS contact to take them to Yaoundé for legalization at the level of the Belgian embassy. All right. But the same process applies if you are still to apply, if you were applying for the university at an early stage, you understand. Now, there is something I want to draw your attention to. If your documents, because if you are applying for bachelor's, you need to prove your O levels and your advanced level certificate. You have to take these documents from the GCA board. What you need to do is to go to the GCA board and tell them to give you confirmation of your results, addressing it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or External Relations. All right, they are the same. These two ministries, they are the same. Then the GCA board will address the documents, tell you how much you are going to pay, then give you, before you take them now to the Foreign Affairs Ministry for legalization. Remember, the prices for legalization have increased, so you should know what you are doing before you go and you are confusing. You have to know what you are doing, please. So the procedure may be different from Nigerians, but it all depends for Cameroonians. Even you as a Cameroonian, it depends on where you actually got your certificate from. All right. So that is something you should do. Then that is before the visa application stage. Now we need to go for the visa application. Before you even go for the visa application, there is a fee you have to pay, and you are paying this to the home office. All right, there is a home office in Belgium. There are two fees. First of all, you start with this home office fee. All right, the home office fee is 220 euros if you are going to be studying in a private school, and 228 euros if you are going to be studying in a public university in Belgium. All right, so the fee for those going for private universities and public universities are not the same. The office is in Belgium. You have to pay this fee to the office, then you print the receipt. All right, when you are going for the application, because you have to print the receipt and attach the application form as well. Now the other documents you need are your educational credentials. I'm going to talk about that. When you do all of this before, then you now need to go to the TLS contact and pay your visa fee. Remember, I said you are paying the first fee for home office, then now you are still going to pay TLS contact for your visa application, because TLS contact is the middleman with the Belgian embassy. All right, understand this process very well, guys. Now at TLS contact, these are the documents you are going to submit after you make your payment. One, your international passport. Like I always insist that your passport should not be less than the duration of the program you are going. For example, if your program is 2 years, your passport should be at least 2 years. Now, for the Belgian embassy, if your passport is below 1.5 years, that is 1 year, 5 months, you cannot apply. Your passport must be at least 1 year, 5 months, or let's just say 15 months to 18 months, all right? Just put it that way. It shouldn't go below that, all right? 15 to 18, it shouldn't go below that. If it's below that, get a new passport if you want to apply to study in Belgium. Then another thing is the visa application form, where you are going to get from the TLS contact website. You are going to download the form from there and fill it. And 2 passport size photographs. Do not clip this passport size photograph to your application form. Take it to the TLS contact and let them help you do the pinning or the pinning. Then you equally need the document to prove that you are going to study in Belgium, which is the document, your admissions offer. You need to show them that you already have an admissions in a state university and you are going to study in Belgium. It is very, very important. Remember that these documents I'm talking about, I'm equally going to be talking about those, your educational credentials. All right. Now, when you have these, their educational documents are going to come in as well. If you are applying for bachelor's degree, then your high school certificate like your WAEC, your O-levels, your advanced level, your WESE, they must be present, all legalized. Then if you're applying for master's and PhD, add your bachelor's degree certificate and master's degree certificate, depending on your qualification and your level of qualification. Another very important, remember this year, educational documents are also the documents you are going to be using to apply for admissions, all right? But now you may be asked to add other extra documents like reference letters in maybe envelopes or scan them on your application. All right. Some other schools may ask you to supply recommendation or motivation letters. Others will ask you to supply CVs. All right. So it all varies from school to school. And remember, some schools are found in French Belgium and others are found in English or Dutch Belgium, like I already explained to you. So you put this into consideration. Another document is proof of funds. This is where it becomes very tricky, and I always tell international students to use proof of funds like in the form of a bank statement, but it depends on your university. Some universities will tell you that you have to do a blocked account, and in that case the university will give you the account number to use. When you move to Belgium, they are going to be giving you the money bit by bit every month, while other universities will not have the blocked account option. In this case, you are going to use sponsorship. All right, so proof of funds here, you are going to use 3 methods: blocked accounts, sponsorships, and of course scholarship, and each school have its own. All right, some schools will do blocked accounts, some schools will say no, bring a sponsor. All right, so in this case you have to do the sponsorship, but again, remember that the person that who is signing preferably should be in Belgium. Otherwise, ask the school about blocked account, get an account number from them, and you create the account, and of course you do the deposit. It's very important this way. And if you are doing blocked account, your money inside should not be below 9,500 euros. All right, normally I always advise people to put more money if there is no limit, like for Germany, or because Germany will always tell you the amount to put. But if there is no limit, you put more than that. All right, it's very important. Another document you are going to be certifying or legalizing at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is the police character and your medical certificate. Police character, you need to go to the police cost or the police unit responsible for your application or for your local environment and get a police character for them. They want to know if you have been locked up before or not. Now, the next document is the medical report. Remember, the Belgian embassy have a list of certified doctors on their website. You are the one to book an appointment with the doctors to go and see them and let them conduct this test on you. Every detail is found on the Belgian embassy's website. Even TLS contact website, you can find all of this. Then after that, you can now approve for, remember, the let's say the medicals is not something which is difficult. They just want to make sure you are strong, you are healthy. Your urine, they may take your urine, they may take blood samples and test how healthy you are. You understand? So these are some of the things that are going to happen. Then after that, you just wait for your visa decision and see if it's going to be positive. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is going to be very important for you to do your application very early. Like I always say it, if you don't do your application very early, it is going to be very detrimental to you at the end of the day, because early application is key to all these things that you see here. All right, because if you do your application early, it gives you a lot of time to prepare for other details. I hope you understand, and I hope this video helps you. Remember that there are a lot of universities in Belgium, Catholic schools, public schools, and all the rest. So just decide on which you want to enroll in, and of course you are good to go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel till we meet again in another one. Peace.